What is going on? I'm zmoT. We are here on the zmoz account, just waiting for War Factory to drop. I've already done all my maintenance, sent my submarine on its dive, collected all my resources, all that sort of fun stuff. Just waiting for War Factory to drop in the next 5 seconds or so, trying to get this done out of the way as soon as possible. I know you guys wait for these guides, and I appreciate your subscriptions and comments and all that fun stuff. Busy today, though, so we're just going to wait right about now. It should be dropping. Supercell's clock seems... Oh, I said I got all my diamonds, but maybe not quite so all of them. She's supposed to be here, guys. There she is right there. So it's not actually in my activity log feed yet. Apparently, she showed up without telling anybody. I've never seen that before. That's kind of strange. There we go. So, bit of a delay, 4 or 5 seconds. Let's have a look at the War Factory, see what we've got in front of us. Very similar to what we had last week, but far easier. This one looks like one that you can take out without any difficulties whatsoever. I'm going to use my max level account and do some fun things for this, just because there's only the one grappler, so we can have a lot of fun with this, I believe. But for our low level, we're going to get in right now without any further ado, and we're going to drop right into here, and we're going to mark all of these shock blasters. We're going to... Those are shock launchers, actually. So then we're going to flare the back one, and we are going to do a double hack. We have already marked the front ones, which means Everspark will target those with her next hack. So we're going to try a double hack here. Always try to double hack when you need to hack, because it just makes things a little bit easier and better. And if you don't get the double hack out, that's okay too, because she just gets covered underneath the wonderful smoke. So no concerns there. Now, so I take that back. There are some concerns. Double hacking, the shock launchers are just going to shock the boom cannon. Did not see that coming, so maybe we won't be able to artillery these. Maybe you need to start with the right ones. We're going to find out here in just a second. Looks good, though. I mean, looks like you want to start with the right shock launchers, because the left ones could very well be problematic. I'm then going to throw the rest of my GBE back here on these rocket launchers. Rocket launchers have far lower health, so all is well. Okay, so there goes that. Getting rid of nothing. Complete waste of an attack. I guess not complete waste. We learned something from it briefly, but let's get back into this. We're going to try one more time with the Everspark. Maybe we want to just use Everspark on the rocket launchers. I'm going to find out here pretty soon. Let's keep going. I'm going to throw an artillery one more time on that shock launcher, hoping to get rid of it. Didn't work out. Just having a hard go of it this morning. There is Everspark getting hit by the flamethrowers. You want to be super cautious about when you throw those smokes. We're going to try one more time to get this back shock launcher. Don't know if it's going to happen. I'm going to throw one more smoke just to keep her underneath there for a second longer as that shock launcher gets hit by the boom cannon. I got to say, I feel like it would have been better to just BART these out. Use your barrage on all of the shock launchers. The question is, can we actually hack those back rocket launchers? I don't know. I think that we can hack everything except for that front left shock launcher, perhaps. Don't really know. That's what I'm going to recommend for those of you. This is not going swimmingly whatsoever. So for those of you who are new to the channel, what I like to do on this account is I like to do it as easy as possible, losing as few troops as possible, which is why I'm just using Everspark. I'm not saying, by all means, bring out your troops, lose your troops, refresh your troops. This guide is for players who do not have instant training, because no one wants to waste gold taking down War Factory. You don't want to lose your troops waiting for it to go down. So we're going to try and do it in the easiest manner possible. And the easiest manner possible is not using any troops unless absolutely required. So now that all of this stuff is gone, we've used 2 attacks, and honestly, Everspark wasn't super useful. So the fact that these boom surprises are right up against those rocket launchers, I would go to the back and hack those rocket launchers and use your GBE on the shock launchers, because using GBE or using hacks on the shock launchers just did not end well. I'm going to get rid of the rifles. You don't want to use rifles anywhere near microwavers. You don't want to use rifles anywhere near flamethrowers, and those are our primary concerns right now. Spending some diamonds, a little bit unfortunate, but I am mostly okay with that. Down goes the rocket launcher. At this point, we just need to skirt to the left-hand side, and I think we're going to be good. You don't need to use smokes here. That grappler is not going to grab a ton of troops, and the flamethrowers will not reach, but I just don't like losing troops, as we've already mentioned a couple times, so I'm just going to use a couple smokes. Don't need to be super accurate with your smokes. Around boom cannons, around grapplers, you can gap your smokes. You can use little tiny gaps here, and the buildings just don't fire fast enough. Rocket launchers, different story. Lasers, different story, but we don't seem to have any of those today, so no problems there. I'm going to get Everspark to pop out and hack that boom cannon, which should give our zookas lots of time to just clear all of the things. Was not hoping that the grappler would grab Everspark. Not off to a great start. I was really hoping that we could start building up some critters back here just as our zookas cleared all of the boxes and gained us some GBE. Did not work out at all. So gonna start losing some troops here. A little bit unfortunate. I'm actually gonna throw a shock here. Get the 4-wide shock. Great practice for your operation attacks. Those 4-wide shocks can be fairly difficult, and I tend to miss them. So if you're gonna miss on the boom cannon side, you definitely don't want to watch your zookas get roasted by microwavers. They do outrange microwavers, but not by a ton. So let's get all of these mines cleared. So your zookas will bunch up and get grabbed by those microwavers. Now I'm going to come over to this left-hand side. I'm going to get rid of this grappler. Probably should have done that in the first place. All it's going to mean is that we're going to stop losing troops, and we have lots and lots of GBE. So I'm going to throw one shock out right now. Not really required. Again, working on clearing all of the mines. I'm very tempted to retreat at this point, but I think we can get rid of that grappler, get rid of the microwaver, and then we'll retreat and come back for the core hit. Again, don't feel obligated to retreat whatsoever, because your troops are going to make their way there. It's not going to be a big deal. This looks like a very easy war factory for anyone, and I feel like zookas are the best answer for this by a big margin, because those microwavers, those flamethrowers are going to make things fairly simple as we watch our zookas outrange that flamethrower without any difficulty at all. And now we're just going to retreat. Running away from the machine guns. That whole left side has a huge hole now. We can just walk up and knock this thing over. I'm going to quickly check how much health is on those shields. Should not have any issues burning through it, I don't think. Let's have a quick look here. So 2 million health plus 500,000 on the actual building. Not a concern whatsoever. Now, just 1 second. I'm just going to quickly pause here. I got a quick call coming in. Okay, error averted, crisis averted. Big problem at work. Just balancing life and work and the YouTubes at all times. Somewhat difficult. Let's go. We're going to try our best to keep Everspark alive. And the only reason why we need Everspark at this point is because those grapplers right there are going to be grabbing her and grabbing our troops, and ideally I would probably bring some rifles, but those flamethrowers are going to make things a little bit difficult. So let's keep going. We're going to come over into here. Now the beautiful thing about having Everspark at this point is that her critters are going to make those boom surprises pop up. Low levels have some difficulty with boom surprises because we can't make them pop up. We can't throw critters on them to make them come up so we can shock them. And they shoot 2 at a time, and they shoot fairly rapidly. So we definitely want to activate those and then shock them. I mean, you don't have to. It's not like they're hot pots, but they definitely will. You'll save your troops, and that's the important bit. This tutorial is going to be all about saving your troops. As you saw here, we did 3 full attacks with 0 effort, 0 troops, and then the last one we lost a handful, nothing major. So our troops just going to walk forward. Going to clear some of these mines because some of our troops are probably going to make their way over towards those what are those things called? Those are called shield generators, and that's just going to speed up our attack. We're going to lose a few less troops to those grapplers in the process, And let's just barrage that. We're going to hack one more thing. This hack is probably a terrible idea, but just trying to keep all of the things pointed at our critters or at other buildings instead of at our zookas. So yes, we're going to take it down now. It's just a matter of reducing our losses, throwing our artillery on that shield gen, cutting the shield in half, trying to reduce a bit of time. Let's throw a shock on those grapplers, just letting our critters pile up a little bit and burning through that shield. Nice and easy. Now, I've already got troops loaded on my other account, so we're just going to go with, I think, what I have loaded. We're going to find out very, very soon. I might add a couple medics. Typically, medics are a terrible, terrible idea when it comes to War Factory. But I think for this one, Gren Medic or Gramps Gren Medic is going to work. So that is my HQ18 XP46 completely unboosted takedown. Zero issues whatsoever except for the technical and my side. Very, very easy. Anyone can take this down. We did the first couple attacks here were just awful. So be very careful which shock launchers you hack, because that one on the bottom left is going to shock the boom cannon. I'll be back in just 1 second. Okay, we are back. Now, the reason for that quick interlude is the fact that I have to hide my account details, otherwise people try and log in as me, which never goes well. We're going to add one boat of, not cryoneers, we're going to add one boat of medics. We are on our way, and we're just going to get into the War Factory. I think we can do it this way. The only concerns I have, of course, are that grappler. Let's just drop our troops and find out what happens. Right into here, getting all of our troops nice and cozy, and just keeping that grappler shocked. I think we're going to be out of the range of the... Oh, I thought we were going to be out of the range of the shock launcher, I should say. We're going to back off just a touch as we lose all sorts of troops to bad, bad danger. Again, not off to a flying start today, that's for certain. Getting rid of the grappler is key number one here, because otherwise we're just going to get our troops grabbed, and getting grabbed is never good. We're going to move to the... I'm a little bit stumped at this point. I had planned to get over and barrage these shock launchers as we have high level artillery and barrage. Just have not planned this as well as I thought I did. In my head it was going to go so well, and then just did not follow through. So we're getting there. Hopefully should get these last shock launchers down, and then we can move over to the left. Come on critters. Oh, this is just not going well. Getting that hack out was supposed to go. There we go. That's exactly what I was after there. And at this point, hopefully we can get one. There we go. Slowly but surely making our way towards... That boom cannon's not going to go down, so I need to flare that boom cannon as fast as we possibly can, hoping that our bombardiers are left and can get rid of that, because our grenadiers are just going to miss like crazy amounts of times. Now, if you do this properly, you can probably solo this using Gren Medic or using Gramps. I have not done well. This has been a complete cluster, and it is just not progressing well. We're going to get these shields down. We got at least one Gramps throwing towards that shield. The rest of our troops are moving towards the left, getting all sorts of GBE. Everspark is keeping those rocket launchers interested. We've got some medics just in case they're needed, as you see there. That one grenadier just getting wrecked by those back rocket launchers. Now I'm going to pull back a little bit, speaking of back, and we're going to try to get rid of these shields. Hopefully the Gramps go towards the shields. Looks like they're not actually going to. And at this point, it's a bit rough. You probably want to bring 2 boats of medics as opposed to 1 if you're going to try to get these rockets. My grenadiers are doing fairly well. The problem is Gramps just does not have a ton of health, so we're going to have some problems that... You know what? I'm going to retreat. We are not going to solo this, and I am just wasting time at this point. So we're going to retreat. We'll come back with fully loaded troops and finish this base off, because this was not a flying start. Tried sort of for the solo. Just As with operation attacks, I would highly, highly, highly recommend using your GBE before you drop your troops, because as you saw there, I was trying to barrage the shock launchers, and it just was not going well. And anytime you end up trying to barrage things as you're trying to move your troops as well, it just doesn't tend to go very well. So we're going to get a couple shocks out here, and we're going to try and move forward now that we have all sorts of Gramps. Obviously, Grenadiers have a little bit less range than Gramps, so they will stand in front and give them a bit of a shield, so your medics can actually heal your Grenadiers as your Bombardiers are coming in with their pinpoint accuracy. But gotta be careful. Those rocket launchers will take out all of your Bombardiers, and you will not be happy. So you see just how low they are on health. Thankfully, our Bombardiers have, like I said, pinpoint accuracy. They are so accurate. Grenadiers will just stand there and miss. Bombardiers, instant takedown of the rocket launchers. And at this point, we're just walking towards the core. I'm going to come ever so slightly back this direction, as it's going to be slightly further away from all of those grapplers. And our troops are going to take out all of the all of the shock shield generators. Mouth not working today whatsoever. As our troops move forward, get those shield generators as well. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. One Bombardier keying in on those shield gens as our troops just throw everything they have, including the kitchen sink, towards the core. Let's throw some of our GBE onto those. What are those things called? Those things are called grapplers. Man, I do not remember the names of any of these buildings today. Don't know what's going on in my head. Possibly the lack of sleep. Anyways, let's throw a barrage onto this shield generator. Basically, right now our critters are going the wrong direction. They're not being super helpful, and those shields are still up. So we're just going to keep everything moving forwards towards the core, and it's going to go down very, very easily thanks to the accuracy of the Bombardiers, plus the Grenadiers picking up some extra GBE in the process. So very, very, very easy war factory for high levels. Just spend your first attack barraging the shock launchers and the rocket launchers, and then come in with Bombardiers, and Bob is your uncle. There goes War Factory for December the 19th. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully there was something useful in there. If there was, by all means, please consider subscribing, clicking the bell, all that sort of fun stuff. There are the stats. Level 1 Bombardiers. Still working on upgrading those. I think, yeah, right in there. I got 3 days left on level 2. Anyways, as always, thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace!